And we're rolling.
Oh man, we're trying to stay dry is what we're doing.
Yeah, it's been a rainy one this week.
It's stop, drop, and roll today, guys. That's all I can say.
No doubt. Hey, but we did have some good lunch at the beginning of the week.
We did. Yeah, we did. You know, our quest for expanding our culinary experiences has taken us all over Harris County.
Right. Outside of Taco Bell.
And that was just for one meal.
But eating Mexican food in Texas, do you really call that expanded?
No.
That's what I was going to say.
So what
Y'all
happened?
sure are venturing out.
So what happened, though? Now, here's the deal. This is where our logistics and planning sometimes fails.
It did.
So we were going to go to Mel's Country Diner.
Which we'll do in the future.
Yeah,
Hometown cooking.
Everybody likes it but me. I'm not a big fan of Mel's, but we'll go there again anyway.
The burgers, dude. The burgers
It's a place to eat. That's about it.
Well, we rolled up, and when we got there, there was a plumbing truck and an electrician truck, which is never a good sign.
At your local eatery.
Yeah, at a restaurant. You don't ever want to see
The only
that.
thing it was missing was the decon truck, and then we would have been like, yeah, I don't think we're going to do this.
So we decided, okay, so we're scrambling for something, and where they're located, there's really not much out there.
Right.
So we just kind of pulled one out of the hat and went to a place called Julio's.
Julio's. Been there a couple of times, but this was the first time we were all going to kind of change it up, get something different there. I ended up getting the enchiladas. Enchiladas were great.
Yeah, the food was good. I enjoyed every bit of it.
Yeah.
Is that the Julio's on 99?
No, 2920.
2920.
Fuck that Julio.
Yeah, you're
That's
talking
Uncle
about,
Julio's.
You're talking about Uncle Julio's.
Uncle Julio's, yeah. So there's a difference, huh?
Apparently.
They're not related.
There's good, and then there's like the cookie cutter one.
So you know,
Out of a can.
I will say though, Uncle Julio's. I got introduced to them in Fort Worth, and it used to be a pretty good place.
Yeah.
So they had this happy hour with tamales and beer. You can get this is years ago. You can get a bucket of beer for $5.
Right.
And you got, I think it was $1 tamales, and they brought a tamale bar out.
Right.
It's a good way to get hurt.
Good way to go limping out of that place.
Yeah. So you know, I swear the only way they can make money on that is if they weigh you when you go in.
Yeah.
Then weigh you when you leave.
Pay by the pound.
Pay by the pound,
Right.
and just call it a deal. You know.
Nope.
But so we did. So we did that. But
Ken, you ended up taking half of yours home.
I did.
That was a lot of food, dude.
Well, I ate enough chips to raise 50 head of cattle.
They've got that green salsa there, and that stuff is phenomenal.
It's
I can
really
eat
good.
buckets of that.
Good
I'd
stuff.
weigh 900
Are the
pounds.
chips gluten-free?
Negative, sir.
No, they're not.
It's got all the gluten you can handle.
And they're
Thank God.
And they're GMO'd like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was awesome.
I like Gringos for a number of things, but their chips suck.
Oh,
Yeah?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That is kind of weak chips and salsa there.
It is.
No, they went to a gluten-free chip.
Really?
Oh, my goodness. It's like eating cardboard.
Graham, I can't remember. What'd you
Do you
get
feel
over
like a
it?
pansexual after leaving there?
Yeah, that's
Hey, it's healthy food, all right?
What'd you get over at
watching your
Julio's,
girlish
Graham?
figure.
So I'm going to rat out on somebody right now. So my niece is in town for the weekend, and she drives one of these Fiat Abarths.
Yeah.
So when Grammy shows up, you know, because
He says Grammy shit.
we're all driving trucks. We all drive trucks.
Yeah.
He sees that.
Oh, I see where this is going right now.
Yeah.
He sees that Abarth in the driveway. He goes, "Oh, is Rick here today?"
Yeah.
No, because actually, the way a Grammy says it is, hey, whose bitch car is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another female here? What we doing?
I thought you were even going to go one step further. Go ahead. Hit me over the head.
So the other day I was at the office and we were working on some stuff, and it was time to leave. We were parked next to each other. Mm-hmm. So, you know, when you start up my truck, it's a diesel.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, you hear all that.
You can set car alarms off with that thing.
I'm standing outside getting, all I hear is just,
Like a Vespa?
yeah.
Oh my
It's an
god.
electric car, dude. It was the funniest sound I've
Really?
ever seen.
I have a hybrid. It's not electric.
it's
it's
electric
half
car.
electric, half gas engine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You know what rubber bands sound
And it
like
gets
at
38 miles to the gallon.
74,000
Thank you very much.
74,000 RPMs.
Does it come with a dental dam? That was one of my favorite quotes from the movie. It's like driving around in a vagina.
Oh my God! Oh, speaking of, so I found the Kardashians' secret to youth.
Okay.
So they published a report this morning.
Feminine
saying-
hygiene products.
Well, they're saying that semen on women's faces
Wow.
is one of the best skin conditioners on the planet.
Yeah.
So now we know why the Kardashians look so
So young.
Yeah, he
Exactly.
posted that on my page this morning. Lucky me.
That's a spot for it.
That's
I'm
going to
telling
get
you.
some.
Yeah, that'll get us all
Comments.
kinds of fun stuff.
So talking about
Well,
Julio's and
so
what'd you have, Graham?
Oh, I
can't remember what you got.
Do we have to worry about the NSA coming in on us right now? Because I'm a little concerned about this.
No, I just got a no frills combination plate, one of their lunch platters, whatever it was.
Yeah, what's the name of the place again?
Julio's.
No, Wholly Crepe. I thought.
No.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so
that's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother can of worms there.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I went off on an adventure one morning before I went to go ride bikes with Ken.
He left me out again.
I'd leave everybody out.
I know.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm not hurt.
He's a separatist.
So I go to this place in downtown Tomball called Wholly Crepe.
Okay.
So I'd read about it, and so went in there, and the first thing I notice is, it's kind of a, it's a quaint little like tea room. Mm-hmm. But when I showed up, I thought their entrance was in this alleyway, which I was like, that's kind of a cool.
You're kind of used to going into alleyways and stuff like that to get good stuff.
I am.
Right?
I've had my greatest adventures have happened in alleyways.
I kind of figured that. So this is nothing new for you.
No, it's just a new alleyway.
Right.
So anyway, I knock on this door, not realizing it's the back door to this place.
So they're thinking you're the help.
Again, back doors.
They throw you a dish rag. Come on, man, we got some dishes
and
there.
Actually, it was a very attractive lady who answered the door, but she's like, "Hey, this is actually the wrong side, but I'll take you to the dining room."
I'll take you in through the rear.
How could you
I'll take
get
you
the
to the rear.
back door
Come on.
mixed with the front door?
This dude that owned this place, he's a good dude.
That's the first time. Wait a minute.
I know.
That's the first time in history that you've ever backed up.
I know. How did we do that? We gotta write that down.
That's right there. We got to do that again.
I want to return for another goddamn meal.
Oh, okay.
So, anyway, so inside, number one is I hadn't heard this much Russian since I was in Kyrgyzstan when we were deploying.
Nice.
I was like, oh my God.
Now the NSA's listening.
Yeah, for sure they are, yeah.
So anyway, but I had a fucking fantastic meal.
The food looked good. You took pictures. The pictures did it justice.
And Russian food's hard to take pictures of sometimes, you know?
Well, yeah, because now one of the things that I'd never had, they added freaking cottage cheese to the eggs, which I was like, okay, number one, I didn't know.
That's because Drago's not a man.
That's
fuck me.
That's good, isn't it?
After I did that, I went home the next day and made that. Mm-hmm. That was that good. Scrambled eggs with cottage cheese will be forever.
Add white pepper to that, and you're going to go next level awesome.
Oh, really?
For sure. Trust me.
So anyway, I highly recommend Wholly Crepes. That crepe was freaking awesome.
We'll have to go pull that off one morning for another one of our so that way we can all get in on it.
Well, the post went freaking ape shit viral.
Yeah. I know. Our site blew up. I was like, where are all these people coming from, man?
Everybody was like chiming in. So anytime anybody said anything, I was responding as us.
Yeah.
But it was like crazy. I'd never seen a post. I mean, we've done.
Yeah, Drago, the guy that fought Rocky, was even in there talking about it. I mean, he was like, "That's the best crepes ever, dude."
I mean, we were always trying to pick up our traffic, but this one was like off the chain.
So thank you, Crepe Place, for blowing us up. We really appreciate that.
I'm waiting for the Black Suburban to show up any day.
Yeah, Russian collusion. There it is.
There it is. Anyway. Speaking of collusion, I got a bone to pick, and it's with Whataburger. I have been all over this.
Yeah,
up and down.
I'm sad. I'm very sad.
It's a Texas thing for everybody who doesn't understand.
Yeah, exactly. And Whataburger was like that place that you were looking forward to go to. Yeah. It was a great hamburger. Sometimes they're a little slow, but the food's always good. Well, they got bought out by, what is it, BDT Investments out of Chicago.
Banker. Yeah, bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, and come to find out, it's
investments.
Yeah, it's Erskine Bowles and a guy by the name of Trott, and they're all in collusion with this Al
Capone's nephew.
Rahm Emanuel, and all this.
That's what makes it painful.
That's
what
makes it very painful. So I mean, I honestly, I'm out. I will never ever shadow the doorway of Whataburger again. Wow. To me, that's like the 7 seals of the apocalypse. I mean, it really is. I'm waiting now for locusts. And
hey, Whataburger
it's the third seal in the scroll that was opened by the by
I mean,
John
literally, they have knocked out the cornerstone. And here's to add insult to injury: those smug bastards made a T-shirt mocking the fact that they'd come down. To come and take it. Yeah, said we did take it.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Did they really?
Yes, they did.
Is that a real deal? I've seen it. And I thought it was
a T-shirt out of Chicago. And I got to tell you, we didn't have people die at the Alamo just so this shit can go unanswered.
I think, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's...
but somebody in Chicago...
That's war.
Hey, somebody from our city dies every day.
That's true. You think you're tough? What is that saying? After we sack the quarterback, they go after his family?
Yeah.
You know, Rick, you were talking about it's a Texas thing. I've got a buddy that... I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there. So I got a buddy that I go back and forth with on Facebook, and he's always doing it's a Texas thing, y'all. And he goes around to these different. He travels all over the place, and he'll go to Alabama and places like that, and he'll take pictures of Whataburgers that he's at just to prove, and it rubs people totally the wrong way on his page. So we have a good time with that. So the Texas thing's a lot of fun.
It really is, but it's a sad day. I mean.
It is a sad day.
June 9th or something like that, whenever it happened, it was like one of those things, like the space shuttle blowing up.
Yeah.
BDT Capital in Chicago.
BDT Capital.
I ate Schlotsky sandwiches and they're not giving a shit about water.
Oh, speaking of food, so Jarrett Taylor will be excited to hear this. So the State Department and the U.S. government's looking into the chicken.
Oh, okay.
The poultry price fixing, and it's all due with that JBS group out of Brazil.
Yeah,
wow. Yeah, I didn't know that.
He posted that, or he said something about that a few months ago.
Okay, well, no, I mean, this is just announced. The General Counsel is looking into price fixing and collusion.
Yeah, I saw
with
that
Purdue, Tyson, and all these other companies that are price fixing chicken prices within the market.
Well, that shouldn't surprise you. I mean, look at where Tyson comes from. We know who he's tied through back in the day. So there's a shocker, some corruption coming out of that.
So for all these years that happened, because actually Clinton was one of the ones that was able to give them the approval to have the no antibiotics removed taken off their products, and they weren't being held accountable for that. But what ends up happening is all these years that these inspectors have been getting a buy, you have a new administration in that's going in looking at price fixing and basically on behalf of the consumer.
Yeah.
Not on behalf of the board of directors like the previous administration did.
Right.
So hopefully you'll see some convictions turned down out of this. So I thought that was interesting. Anyway, I mean, it's one of those things where you just wake up every day and you go, man, I'm glad this guy's sitting in that chair.
No doubt.
We dodged a bullet.
Yeah, we did on that one for sure.
Hopefully we can dodge another bullet coming up.
Well, we'll see. But speaking of dodging bullets.
Dodging bullets. There's fences.
There's a dude. There's a dude in Florida. I call him the ninja activist.
Yeah.
He escapes. He's claiming to escape 7
assassination attempts. Mr. Hogg.
He's like a Bruce Lee guy,
Mr. David Hogg. This guy is the ultimate Neo. Yeah. I just got a picture of him in my head like Neo, where Neo's on the rooftop and he's flopping around all on the green screen, dodging bullets as Agent Smith shoots at him.
Hey, he's going to Harvard, man.
Yeah.
Look out.
Yeah, you wonder how he got in there. They were doing that comparison
it wasn't about his grades. That's probably what's been reported. It wasn't about his grades.
Yeah, he kept his college choice, and that Kyle Kashoff guy got his rescinded.
Yep. Yeah, he did. That's where I was fixing to head with this. Is
what happened?
Well, from what I understand,
he used some inappropriate language when he was a few years younger and
when he was
private
young and naive
chat rooms.
Yeah,
really,
and that's what kept him out.
Okay, so wait, I got a question here. Private chat room.
How did they end up with the data?
How did they end up with that information if it's a private chat room?
Well, when your daddy works for the FBI.
So they're in violation of their own rules.
Yeah.
So basically they sell you a membership on the premise that it's private.
Right.
It didn't help that his friends turned on him too.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But the way they tell the story is you had other people who claimed to have witnessed what he did.
They were trying to, apparently there was a group of them, and they were trying to one-up them on being as raunchy as you could be.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And he apparently used the N-word several times, which has come back to, as a conservative young man who was involved with Turning Point USA and Charlie Kirk, that was a huge judgmental error, and Harvard reviewed his transcript, reviewed his application, and booted him out.
So,
he can still go be the governor of South Carolina. Apparently, though they don't mind if you can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
do y'all remember back in the day when MTV had a TV show called Your Mama?
Yeah, I do remember that.
You remember that?
Yes,
I believe it was Yo Mama.
Yo Mama,
Y-O Mama.
Yo Mama. And so what they would do is they would get rappers and entertainers and civilians to get up and tell Yo Mama jokes.
Right. They try to out Yo Mama each other.
Out Yo Mama each other. And I'm sitting there going, now, you should have heard some of the vile crap coming out of their mouths.
And honestly, that's probably what these young kids were trying to do.
That's what that contest sounds like to me.
Yeah.
I
well,
mean,
it's again, everything in its soundbite and its context is removed, and you can manipulate that. We've talked about that a million times.
So what's going to happen with this kid if he really wants to get into Harvard? He's going to become part of some ritualistic cult to get in.
Yeah.
That's how they do that.
Skull and Bones.
Yeah, he'll make.
He already wrote the apology letter, the whole 9 yards. They still.
Yeah.
He's adios from there. But I mean, any college he applies to, he's gonna. I mean, that's gonna follow him around. What college is gonna touch this kid now?
And
seriously,
is that
Liberty?
Yeah. There you go.
Well, there you go.
Well, they apply the same kind of principles that big tech uses with trying to silence people with their attitudes about anything that's conservative. You say something against the current agenda now, they'll fucking just stifle you.
You're right. What I think is funny about this whole David Hogg thing is he's in the big leagues of bragging right now.
He is.
So he's going up
Well, he feels bulletproof.
He's going up against the Clintons and the Brian Williamsons of the world.
Yeah.
You know, so Brian Williams and I
was there.
I guarantee he shared the same seat in the helicopter next to him. Because I know when Hillary got off a helicopter, she was under gunfire. Remember that shit when that happened?
Yeah,
Are you kidding me? So I don't know. I just look at it's so funny when you watch the news.
Yeah.
How just ridiculous this shit is.
You wonder if he believes that stuff himself, though. He's got it in the back of his head, just so to make the lie believable. He's got to believe it himself.
Narcissists do that shit.
Yeah.
That's just how they are.
That kid's narcissist all the way, too. I mean, you can just tell.
Speaking of narcissists.
Yeah.
We have one with bumps.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we have one, and her name is synonymous.
Ocasio-cortez. I'm going to say it the right way, because that's what she is.
And so what's interesting is there's these pictures that popped up, and she's at a photo op, because, you know, she's been saying that all these kids are being held in concentration camps.
Concentration, that's been the buzzword.
Yeah, and so she's been crying and boo-hooing with these silly videos of hers every evening.
Yeah.
I guess her and her 15 cats that live in the apartment with her, she just had to finally take a road trip.
Right.
So she ended up taking a road trip, went to a border area. Well, we don't even really know where.
It's not been disclosed yet that I've seen in India. Yeah.
There's a fence with a fence. And there's police cars on the other side, but there's no immigrants or anybody out there.
But it doesn't show that. The photos that they show, the ones that they presented on her facts of the case, is her standing at a fence. You don't see the other side of the fence. She's tearfully grasping the fence with people around her, trying to console her as she peers into the abyss of
a dark parking lot, empty parking lot.
What she's trying to make it appear like is there's people being tortured on the other side of this fence. You know, there's people being poked with cattle prods and burned with flamethrowers and
in chains.
Oh yeah, it's just ugly. And so when you pan the camera around, which somebody actually did there, it's an empty parking lot. And she's wearing the other thing that she's been slammed for and all this. The best part of it is, you know, she's
the watch.
She's been the champion of the people. You know, she's this commoner. These people. She's got a $600 watch on in the
people's watch.
Shoot.
Yeah. What's really funny though, and so what's funny about that when you look at that watch, I just went to look up that story. Mm-hmm. It's gone.
Yeah,
it's been removed. So this content is no longer available. So I think that's funny.
Thank God for saving and
yeah, for
picture
sure.
saving.
Yeah,
there it is. Yeah, we can find it.
Okay, yeah, but so you got
the actual.
That's my Twitter feed though.
Okay,
yeah, the actual story's not there.
My Twitter feed's a bomb.
It's a Movado. It's a Movado leather strap watch from Nordstrom's, and it's $5.95.
Yes,
I'm pretty sure that's what all communists wear, though, isn't
not
it?
5.95, but 5.95.
Yeah. Hey, she got a pay raise, so she can afford
that's
it now.
That's true.
Yeah. They did get that?
No, not yet.
Yeah,
but
she's saying she knows she's got.
I was being facetious.
I was gonna say, man, that. Oh, I don't know. You sit there and you look at these morons, you know, and you just kind of wonder. So they rally around like the weirdest things. It's like. So if you ever turn the light on the porch at night in the country and all of a sudden there's moths and gnats and shit flying around, well, apparently this is very contagious with these people. Wayfair.com.
Yeah.
Another bunch of moths.
Prime example that fed into the BS of people behind fences being burned with flamethrowers. Is these folks, these 200 employees that up and quit their job. Mm-hmm. Well, they didn't quit. They walked out. They staged a protest to walk out and say they're not going to ship furniture to the Border Patrol.
Yeah.
So
$200,000 order.
$200,000 order.
They don't want them to be inhumanely treated. but they don't want them to have beds either.
Yeah, so kind of it seems like you'd have a conflict there. You know what I'm saying?
So that tactic is pretty interesting. So instead of giving them a bed, we're going to deny you services. It sounds like to me they were trying to give them. I mean, have you seen pictures of some of these detention centers?
Yeah.
They're pretty damn nice.
Yeah.
Didn't she weigh
game
in,
rooms?
Didn't she weigh in on the whole workers walking off?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because I was like, I thought I'd read something there because to me it was like, well, there's your Che Guevara moment right there.
Right. Oh, and that's where she's trying to put herself. You know that, right? She's actually playing that role.
I expect
There's
the
no
Braves to show up at some
consistency
point.
with the ideology behind it. It's just whatever event happens, if they can swing it to fit their narrative, they do. There's no regard for, is it consistent with what I believe? Is it consistent with what I'm trying to prove or what I'm trying to say? It is just, can I change the facts or fudge the facts to support my narrative?
Yeah.
And it pisses the shit out of me. It pisses me off.
And I see this as an Anderson Cooper moment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She did the same thing that he did.
Where he was standing in the water.
Standing in the water, and a guy was walking through the parking lot
Right,
behind him, like
right.
15 feet.
Speaking of that, I started to watch an interview between those two yesterday because it came after some other deal that I'll tell y'all offline about that I don't really.
Did you have a vomit bucket handy?
No, I watch
just
shit like
checking.
that all the time.
I can't watch it.
To me, I take and I use what I can, and the other. I'm so steeped in what I believe that it's fucking unshakable.
No, I get that. I
just
just can't give them the time of day.
And that's a good point. So I have a friend that posted something the other day about this Russian. It was a Russian immigrant that overstayed his visa, and he'd been arrested for multiple crimes, like 6 violent crimes on people.
He overstayed because of the Holy Crepes.
There you go. Probably so. Man, we need to be careful with this guy here because he may be coming for us.
Yeah.
So he is.
Hey, there's a black sedan up front.
Is there? Oh yeah. Well, it's probably wondering who's driving that little A-bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, touche.
But so
39 miles to the gallon, 38, 39.
I hear you. I can. So when does the rest of that car come?
It's actually a big car. You're making it sound like I have a Volt or something.
So let me ask you: when you sit at the
Will it run on the carpet?
Cool story, comrade.
So. Is it like a Roomba? Does it come back home when it's getting low on batteries?
No, it actually charges while the gas engine is firing.
I have a serious question for you. Do you find yourself sitting at the stoplight going vroom, 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 vroom? Sometimes?
He just puts a spoke, card in the spokes.
There's a graphic.
But honestly, a Tesla can fucking bring it though, dude.
Oh, I know they can. They actually haul out.
There's a graphic in the car somewhere with 2 hands firmly gripped around the planet, and based on how you drive, will show that planet like slowly slipping through.
I did not purchase the vehicle under the guise of climate change in any way, shape, or form.
I don't know about that.
Somebody gave it to him.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I was gonna go say I had something I was gonna say, and then it just went bam.
Oh, dude, the car thing just bled right in there. It was great.
No, it's funny because when you look at these fakes, all these fakes right here.
Oh yeah.
It's like the United States and all the values are a stack of Jenga cubes.
Yeah.
And they're just knocking one at a time right out of that game. I mean, one at a time until they find the one that's just going to make the whole thing fall.
Right.
And so the whole thing I'm really looking at here, is that really what they want? Or is it just that they want enough of the vote to screw this whole thing up?
I think they're trying to control the flow of information.
Right.
So they want something like, let's take, for example, Deep Nude that just came out.
There we go.
Right? So you got this AI program that apparently with a click of the mouse will make any woman in a photo naked.
How exciting.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
better than Ken's Pornhub account.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Hey, I forgot your password again. Could you give it to me?
Yeah.
But anyway,
Actually, I do everything
so
through grams.
now they're latching on to this poor little guy that made this Deep Nude program.
Right.
And they're using him as a reason. Oh, we've got to. This is horrible. We can't have this. This is, anti-woman. This is horrible. We got to get rid of it. Misogynistic to take away this particular information.
Toxic masculinity.
He gets the pictures off of a magazine with mostly naked women on it in the first place.
Yeah, they're half naked to be there.
Yeah, they're half naked to be there.
But see, you're looking at it all wrong, because this is just the first step, because then it's going to go to your Adobe Photoshop.
Oh, it will go to
pictures.
Photoshop. So there's a poll running around right now. The UK started this poll, and they basically ask you, do you feel that published Photoshop pictures should be illegal? And they're basically talking about pictures of actresses and models on the cover of magazines is one aspect. And then the other aspect is the memes.
Yeah, where you take and you alter pictures that are out there to make them funny, add people into it, you know, put them in certain situations. It's obviously fake. For the most part, you can tell that they're fake.
And you know it is going into it.
I mean, come on.
It feeds into some of the big tech company, particularly the social media platforms, who call it cyberbullying.
Right.
Yes. Even if you pick on, let's just use Kim's Kardashians.
You're wearing me out.
Is the fact that you make a Kardashian doing something.
Right,
do what?
Joe's losing his mind right now. Go ahead.
I am losing it.
But if you pick a celebrity and you show them in a disparaging way, even though it's just lighthearted humor, the fact is it's still cyberbullying no matter what.
You know what's funny?
Which is fucking bullshit.
And in what you just said about a celebrity in a disparaging way, have you seen some of the shit movies they make and some of the roles they put themselves in?
Oh, yeah.
You talk about degrading.
Yeah, you would think that would embarrass you.
Some of the most degrading roles ever.
But they're paid for that degradation in that case. So you made a paycheck on that.
Sure.
The way I look at it is some of the memes that I've made about some of these people have more credibility than some of the fucking roles they played.
This is very true.
They're definitely more entertaining, that's for sure.
I just think it's, the whole... I'm sitting here thinking of the dude that developed this app. Mm-hmm. It's probably some dude sitting in a basement with a porn stash.
He's from Estonia.
Is he? Oh, there we go.
I already like this guy.
Yeah. So he's got probably a porn stash of like 50 million images, right?
Right.
You know he does.
Yeah.
Of his sister.
So I think...
It is Estonia.
I think he was lazy.
He said Estonia, not Arkansas.
Oh, well. Apparently you've never been to Estonia.
No, I have not.
He should have started with a mobile app, because that would have been like the new age X-ray glasses.
Oh, just snap a picture in public and
there
flash. There it is.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh my goodness.
I guarantee you that's coming.
There's an app for that.
Yeah, the TSA will be pissed off about that though. The full body scanners.
Yeah, well, because you're stealing their thunder at that point.
Yeah, the full body scanners was doing that anyway.
Pretty much a TSA agent now.
Yeah.
I got that going for me.
So we went to look this app up a while ago and just kind of check out and see where it came from. And apparently his site's down. The dude got so much. He got so popular off of this, it broke the servers. So I'm like I said, this guy's probably a rich millionaire overnight.
I guarantee Bill Clinton's the first subscriber to that shit.
Absolutely.
I guarantee it. And I guarantee the first person they're putting on there is AOC.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to. The biggest internet search is for pictures of her.
I will not sleep tonight. Thank you.
Well, what? Because you're going to be looking for the pictures?
No.
Or because it's terrifying?
I have no desire to see that.
Joe, you and I are in the same boat on that.
I have no desire to anything AOC. I don't read more stuff.
When you look up analytics on a search,
for me.
Yeah.
She's way up there, dude.
Hell yeah.
Hot AOC, bikinis.
That chick is
She
fucking
looks
hot
like Skeletor, dude. You can see the bones in her face. There is nothing hot about her.
I'm just saying that's what the search is on.
I get it.
For that.
No, I get it.
You know?
I understand I'm the minority here. Joe and I are the minority.
Now,
There's
I will
no doubt.
say this though. Now, here's what I would say: the Democratic women have been on a starvation path for a long time.
I was just about to say, if you're comparing her to Pelosi or
Pelosi,
Warren,
Clinton, Warren,
gets a lot easier to look at.
All of them, yeah. So
it's the new Democratic
Samantha
model.
Power.
Yes. So what was that?
It's the new Democratic model.
Maybe that's going to be a campaign slogan for him. We're kind of hot now. Vote Democrat. We're a little hot.
That's funny. Well, it's. I mean, when you look at that whole thing, remember for years it was all the Fox News women.
Yeah.
So they had had Kimberly Guilfoyle and these really smoking hot girls on Fox, and it was always about legs. It's always showing legs, right?
Or one of their names with bikini behind it.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah, for sure. And so what ended up happening is that CNN tried to do that, and it just went horribly wrong.
I mean, you end up with Rachel Maddow. Wow. Talk about what you want to watch. I'm going to look at Megyn Kelly all day long, dude. Sorry.
I'm telling you. Yeah, so,
She can lie to me all she wants.
I just think this whole Deep Nude thing is hilarious. I mean, it's not... Okay, so basically, he's figured out a way to stitch photos off of just one,
just an image
thing. So you don't have to go through all the work in Photoshop that you have to go through.
Yeah, it's basically a one-stop
skin tone and all this other stuff to make this stuff look real. So I you know what? Fake crime scene photos happen all the time.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, they happen all the time. And
dude, the kid in the cage is a prime example of how that crap gets done. I mean, that wasn't even Photoshop. They just took a little image. They just took a splice out of an image. And you had millions of people believing there was a kid in a cage somewhere.
Yeah, but the scary thing about this, though, is we're down that slippery slope already, because where does this shit end? If people start saying, oh, well, you can't have deep nude fakes, you can't have any fake photographs, you can't use Adobe Photoshop to change photos,
or you have to open up your computer now where people can see what's going on your computer to make sure you're not doing anything behind the curtains.
They beef up copyright laws, as we were talking about earlier, where the picture's out there. If you even download it, you violated copyright law. I mean, come on. If the government starts controlling information, we're all screwed.
Yeah.
So you know that they can't do it in one fell swoop. So what they use it for is incrementalism.
There you go. That was the word I was going to use.
And that's why Deep Nude will be the first target.
Yeah, so what'll end up happening is they'll
download it quick.
Well, they'll look at the server and see who downloaded it.
Yeah.
And then you're going to see how far you are on the hot list.
Well, they'll be at your door with a subpoena or with a warrant.
They're
at some
already
point.
at our door.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my ferocious attack killer dog will get them. Her name is Lucy Fur.
Lucifer.
Lucifer. There you go.
Yeah, that poor little pup, man. I want you to know she has these great days.
Yeah.
And I think it's the weather.
Yeah.
I think it's the weather. I had her out the other day, and she turned into like Mudman.
Really?
Oh my God! She went in that backyard and just
rolled in it.
Nasty.
Wow.
And guess who had to clean her up?
Oh, you did, of course, obviously.
It was a mess. But there's some things we can't clean up, and this is part of what we're talking about right now. I mean, we look at this stuff. You look at the fake stories that you see out there, okay? How many people literally stop and take the time to do some of the research that we and others have done?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's part of the problem. Nobody's calling these guys on this bullshit.
Nope.
You know, like Hogg. I mean, this kid, again, going back to this clown. I mean, he wasn't. There's even a debate whether he was at that school or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During that whole incident.
Still no proof of it.
Still no proof of it, one way or the other. Nobody said he saw him. Nobody. And so, and then you have this AOC doing what she's doing with her little photo op running down to the border, and you got to ask yourself at some point in time, how much of this crap are you going to put up with, and what are you going to do to stop it?